You go down Santa Monica Boulevard right here, right where it hits Formosa Avenue, and you're going to find one of the old great watering holes of classic Hollywood, the Formosa Cafe.
More than 6 decades now, Hollywood stars been coming in to have dinner, to have drinks after they're done with their day of shooting.
And one of the really cool things is a couple of years ago, they were actually going to tear down the Formosa. They wanted to build a parking lot there.
Yeah, for Warner Brothers. And the city of L.A. comes in, remarkably, and this little nondescript building is saved, and it's now a historic landmark, can't be touched.
You love that. Los Angeles makes a bar into a historic landmark. You got to love that.
Only in L.A.
You know, you come in the front door at the Formosa when your eyes adjust to the darkness.
Man, it's dark in here.
It's very dark in here. This is usually the first guy you see behind the bar, Spike, the general manager.
Spike, this has been a significant Hollywood hangout for significant Hollywood stars for a long time.
Almost 80 years.
You got Bogart, John Wayne, James Dean, Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn, Sammy, Frank, Dino. All the old-fashioned pictures that you see up here were actually celebrities who gave them to us.
It's still pretty hip with the new Hollywood crowd, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're still centered right in the middle of Hollywood. Across the street was the old Samuel Goldwyn Studios, where all of these character actors and lead actors were on contract. And now it's your Quentin Tarantino's, Vince Vaughn's, you know.
Vince Vaughn goes to bars? Really?
I see him drinking water.
All right.
Very, very funny guy. Very nice guy.
Has there ever been a star who came in here and, you know, you were surprised by the fact that this guy walked in, or this woman?
Probably one of my favorite nights was a Sunday night late, about 11:30, and our kitchen closes at 11:30, and a very distinguished gentleman in a suit comes in, and as he's walking closer, I see that it's Warren Beatty. Asked if the kitchen is still open, and of course the kitchen is still open. And at the end of the meal, he went around to every single picture up on the top and named every single name. He had probably known or worked with just about everybody who came in here.
It's also interesting here, too, because not only the celebrities on the wall, but this is also a celebrity itself, the Formosa. We've seen it. If people come in, it's kind of familiar.
Oh, yeah, you'll see it in a ton of commercials, a ton of movies. Most famous, the L.A. Confidential shot from literally right across your shoulder, and a couple of moments in Swingers and the Majestic. We're asked to shoot probably once a week.
Now, you told us the repository of the classic Hollywood stories here at the Formosa belongs to the owner, Vince.
Yes, yes. He literally grew up in the building. His father owned it, his grandfather owned it.
But he's the guy to get the stories from.
Yes.
All right.
So we're going to need two things here, near as I can tell. We're going to need Vince.
Vince, yeah.
And we're going to need a couple of Mai Tais.
A couple of those Mai Tais, yeah.
While you're up.
Yeah.
As long as you're up.
No problem. That is my job. I'll be right back.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So from the time you were born, and even before that, who were some of the classic Hollywood stars who were regulars here?
You know, John Wayne, Marilyn Monroe, just about every movie that they filmed across the street, you know, they were in here, whether it be, you know, their 4 martini lunches or after production. When I'd come in after school, doing my homework, they're sitting at the bar. You know, we have dinner, they're sitting at the bar. But, I mean, you know, I don't know what they're doing.
And these people came in pretty regularly, not just one time.
Yeah, they came in all the time. I mean, they came in to the point where the bartenders knew that when they sat down, the drink was there. That's what they wanted, and...
That's a regular.
Yeah, right, that's a regular.
That's good. Tell us about John Wayne. I know there's a famous story I've heard about John Wayne. I just want to hear if it's true.
You know, there was a time when John Wayne was here with his gang partying afterwards and what have you, and he's a big man. So, you know, one of the guys is closing up, he calls my dad and he says, Mr. Wayne is asleep in the booth.
Right, sure.
You know, and what would you like me to do? And he's like, well, why don't you just turn off the lights? Just leave him there, and we'll get him in the morning. It's only going to be a few hours from now and what have you. So my dad comes in the next morning, and, you know, he sees John Wayne in the kitchen.
What do you want? That was my John Wayne.
That was not so great.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
You know what? It's a good deal, right? He comes in, he drinks, he pays, and he cooks your breakfast.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is a good deal.
Now, you've also got some famous booths that have been seen in some movies, but you've kind of informally named them. They're not officially marked on the booths, but you've got like the Elvis booth, the Marilyn booth, a lot of... How do you get your own booth named after you at the Formosa?
You know, what happens is that I guess they come in so often and so frequently that is designated their booth. Marilyn Monroe, when she was filming Some Like It Hot with Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon, they had their designated booth. Just like Lana Turner, when she came in all the time, she had her booth, and this is where she hung out and partied.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of this being a place where Lana Turner is dancing on the bar and John Wayne is back cooking eggs.
I feel them. I feel them here, yeah. You know, there's a great vibe, a great feel inside the Formosa, especially with all those great classic stars looking down at you from the autograph photos on the wall. You know, that was the tradition back in the day. Give an autograph photo to your barber and your bar and your cobbler.
Cobbler.
Yeah.
They had those back then.
Yeah, yeah.